Hey, Decathlon gamer, and welcome back to FM23 24 Youth Factory. This is episode number 6. We're heading into our first FA Cup match of this season. Now, it's still in the early stages. The last couple of years, we had difficult draws against teams in our level right off the bat. This year, one of the lower teams that's still in the tournament is our opponent, and we're at home. So it should be pretty easy and pretty straightforward, albeit with one challenge being that another injury now. Michael Thornhill is out for 2 to 3 weeks with pulled knee ligaments. 4 guys, 4 starters, all out injured, means we're definitely going down the depth chart a ways, regardless. But hopefully our youth can really get the job done on this one, especially when our depth is better than it's been in previous years. Interesting match for us just because of how far down the depth chart we're really having to go to put together a team. On paper, this should be really straightforward, really simple, but I only have 4 starters that are out there, 7 backups. My bench is got a couple new guys who have never even played. So, could be a good opportunity. Could be a good opportunity for a backup for a youth. But could go disastrously. We'll see. We do get the first shot. We do get the first XG. We do have the majority of possession. So far, so good. But can we turn it into anything? Kasango Mutombo! Settles for the corner instead of the low cross. The ball across to the 6-yard box would have been probably a goal. XG definitely heading our way, but they have had an attempt already. So here's the lineup. We are still missing our goalkeeper. He is not back from injury. He's getting closer now. So Grigg in goal once again. There, this time he does opt for the pass as the ball nearly goes out. Just keeps it in. And Davidson gets the goal, and we've got the lead. Okay, that's a little bit of a sigh of relief. Really nice ball over the top there. Keeper should have done better. It looks like it went through his leg on the way to Davidson. Through the 5-hole on that one. First shot on target of the day. But already XG exceeding 1. That one with help gets cleared away. So Grigg in goal. Kamara gets the start. He is, of course, first team, but not a regular first 11. Kitching does get the start, so we've got one of our center backs in there. Webb getting yet another start as we are still getting a return to action from... oh gosh, what's the third guy's name? He is on the bench, though. Cleared to play about 75, and I do plan to bring him on in the second half. Just to get him some match fitness. But McFadden does get the start today. He's recently back from injury. Mortland gets a start, so that's 3 starters right there. As Jones goes close, keeper tips that over. Primus gets a start today, so there's our new young backup defensive mid, and he's playing pretty well so far. Kasango Mutombo, rare start from me anyway. And Jones, Archie Jones with his first goal of the season. So that is our new backup attacking mid grabbing his first goal here. Primus just did enough there to recover that ball and then lay it off for Jones, who was retreating back to help Wilkinson, who used to get lots and lots of starts, less and less these days. Gets a start today, though. Lanahan Penlease on the bench, getting some rest. He is recently back from... I don't know why I needed to click to that one. It was like, here's an instruction. Moreland. Close range, deflected, though. Then Davidson, the 4th regular starter, who is in there today. I am planning on bringing him out early. And in fact, it's the 4 starters that I'd like to bring off. With a 2-goal lead and now what's looking like domination, you definitely want to get those guys out sooner rather than later. Keep them healthy, keep them fresh. We've got another match in a few days. So we'll let this 11 start the second half, but we're going to make some early moves. Kitching will come off. That's already definitely pre-planned. Davidson will come off. So those two will come off here fairly soon, especially if we can grab a third. Nice ball over the top there. Kasunga Matobo keeps control. And there's that third. There is that third. First minute of the second half. And we're up 3-0. Defender tries to challenge, but Kasunga Matumbo wins that one. And looks like Hassler might have gotten a piece of that. Ping-pongs around a little bit, but Kasunga Matumbo controls it well and beats Collicutt at close range. Having those mouse troubles again today. It's been working much better lately, but today it's very much not working. As we grab another, we're going to have to pause and see what's going on here. Looks like Wilkinson. Davidson lays it off for Primus. Jones, long ball for Wilkinson. Wilkinson, it's a great pass there. Wilkinson cuts in. Just puts the touch on that one. Didn't have any power, didn't require the power. It's 4-0. Okay. So our first double sub, Hassel in. Even though we had Mark Walker available, and I'd love to get him some time, Hassel needs to rehabilitate. He needs to get some time on the pitch. So that's why we're going to play him this last half hour or so. And then Corey Sikar gets his debut. He's not a great player, but hopefully this will help him with his development. Really our only pure striker that we have on the squad at all. But at 4-0 and nearly 3 XG, it's very much all us, and Wilkinson tripped up. That's going to be a penalty. I love that this year they finally are displaying penalties properly. Mortland right down the middle. Oh, that's confidence. One of just 2 starters out. Well, I guess Hassel's out there now too, so. McFadden on a yellow. Good candidate to get subbed off. He's also recently back from injury, so actually that would be a pretty good selection, and we're getting pretty down on time. 5 goals up. I don't think we have to worry about saving that last sub, so I'm going to go ahead and swap that one. The way the mouse is going, I have to do this manually. And then we'll save the final sub. So Wilkinson in possession here. We're going to get him subbed out of there and give a debut to an attacking mid, a young attacking mid, 17-year-old Sanko. Mortland, oh, lots of space. Oh, terrible finish. Terrible finish on that one. He didn't know what to do. He had so much space. Absolutely freaked out and made a meal of that one. There is Sanko on the pitch. Nice. Nice movement to get to that ball. Good anticipation. So that now leaves us with Sanko as the... Hassel is the only starter out there. Sorry, Mortland. Mortland's still on the pitch. Okay, so Mortland, the only starter who's going to play all 90. Sakar, and he gets his goal. Sakar. It's 6. It's 6, even with the backups, even with the youth. It's a dominating performance. Sakar just takes a touch, beats his man. Really slow to react from the center back there. Let's see, do we have a sub for... We do. Well, it's Atkins. It's another starter. But let's go ahead and give a rest here in the final minutes, or final seconds, already at that time. That ball in is cleared out. It was a decent ball from Walker, actually. Great performance. Was slightly worried in the first couple minutes as they had that shot early on. They got 0.5 XG. We only got to 4 XG. We were just lethal with our finishing. Of course, our keeper was also pretty poor. Makes it pretty easy to go beyond your XG. Sanko didn't do much, but it was also late game at that point. Kitching didn't have a great... Walker didn't have a great game, but none of them were bad. And overall, the rest of the team, really, really high ratings. Our next opponent, Torquay, has a replay. They drew Gosport. That's what we've done the last couple of years. And as a result, our match is rearranged, so now we actually have some time for guys to get healthy before we play against Eastbourne Borough. Our next opponent, definitely a bigger challenge than what we just faced, but still definitely a very winnable one. One, we're going to be at home, so that's a big step. But two, the team that finished last in the National League North last season, Stratford Town, who has gone back down to the 7th tier, is our opponent here. One thing also is I think we're down to just the 6 tiers on what's active in here, so they might not even have a full senior squad now. They just about got a full senior squad here. They do. So, it's enough. They can play. They're going to be okay. They won't be a pushover. In fact, for all I know, this could be you got guys non-contract here. They could be a better team than some of our guys. In the league, we've kept form, winning 3-1 comfortably against Eastbourne Borough, very much the result that was deserved. Lanahan Penneries has managed to win Player of the Month for the Southern League, so now we have our first player award. Maybe it's how hard I train, which is great for the development, but also leads to more injuries. Very well could be the case because our U21s is in the same boat as the senior team. They've got 5 players out injured, highest in the league for the U21s. Sign of the progress, we're making the U18s 3 draws from 6 matches played. They haven't won any yet, but only a -7 and not last. They're ahead of Burton. And, you look at that squad, it's nose to tail championship sides. Picking right up with the next round here, and we've definitely got some form lately, and we're finally getting healthy. We've had a little bit more of a stretch, a little bit more of a break. The match has rearranged thanks to others that were having difficulty getting through their matches. Has really helped. I've also been able to do a little bit of squad rotation here. Like I said, this is a team that was just in our tier, but relegated. So, yes, absolutely, we are favorites. And yes, we are at home as Lanahan Penneries comes all the way across into the center of the pitch, cuts in, gets a shot off. Keeper makes a decent stop, though. That shot could have probably been placed a bit more towards a corner. Looking good so far. We're possessing well. We're making good plays. We're getting to the ball first. Really nice passes there. Ball flashed across the goal, but we don't get on the end of it. Lanahan Penreese is all over the place right now. But I'm starting to get healthy. And match load is quite low for a lot of guys. So I've got more starters out there today, but I still have some squad rotation going. And I've got guys on the bench that can turn this game in our favor if we struggle. But I also have some guys on the bench that I'd love to get on if we're not struggling and if we're in control and we've got the goals. And Adekunle is so close there. Hall, good goalkeeper. He's already made a couple really nice saves. We've only played 6 minutes. And he makes a good play there. We were on the verge of a free header. We've already had 4 shots, 3 on target. Lanahan Penreese, another good save from Hall. Man, oh man, he's having a massive first 10 minutes. 0.87 XG already. Less than 15 minutes played. Primus, again, gets a start today, giving Mortland that break because Mortland was the only one who played the full 90 last time out. That ball not in sync, but quick recovery. Lanahan Penreese that didn't know quite what to do with it. Ended up giving it away. Primus into Atkins. Atkins brings it into the box, takes the deflection. That was going far post, and they deflected to near post. That one, not a good header there. Could this be a chance for them? No. Recovery from Walker. Walker getting the start today after a knock for McFadden. Davidson in some space. Hall, another massive save. How many is that now? 4? 5 massive saves? Again, far post, and he collects. Already working on that second goal worth of XG. Jones, and that takes a deflection. Another start for Jones. Thornhill still on the mend. But with Adekunle, Lanahan, Penreese, and Davidson, primary attackers, majority of them out there, and you can see just how dominant that is making us. Adekunle plays it off for Walker. There's the switch. Lanahan, Penreese, another massive save from Hall. 5 now on the day. Lanahan, Penreese has picked up a yellow. Don't worry about that as much positionally. They want us to play for set pieces. We are dominating the set pieces today. I think we're kind of collecting them naturally. We don't need to seek them out. We don't need to dive like Neymar. Second half underway. Total domination, but no goals. Things could swing in an instant. They don't look like they will, but you never know what their halftime team talk was like and if they've made any key adjustments. Walker intercepts. Will we remain in control? We're already past 2 on the XG. Is it possible that we get FM'd today, or do we go and get control of this match? There's their big chance, but we're going to head it away. They have another shot at it. 64 minutes played. We do not want to see this go to a replay. Just because I don't want the wear and tear on the legs. Not because I'm worried about what they're going to do as Lanahan Penreese does get the breakthrough. It's 1-0. And we can finally start thinking about, well, not really. We've got to still take care of business here for 20 more minutes. Start thinking about what subs can be made. Adekunle looks pretty tired. I think we're going to need to pause to make a double sub here. Adekunle is going to be one of them coming out. Thornhill has been cleared to play a half. I'd like to get him rehabilitated a little bit, so he's going to play 15. So Lanahan Penreese comes off, and the young Archie Jones is going to push out onto that left wing to finish the game from there, so Thornhill can get that time. Just 10 minutes to play. Amazing that it's only 1-0, considering how dominant we have been. Great ball over the top. Davidson's going to outrun his man, and Hall, again, Mr. Save. He's had a haul of saves today. McFadden beats his man 10 yards away, dances around way too much, and ends up giving it away. Not sure what was up with that, but okie dokie. 5 to play. 3 goals worth of XG. This game's much closer than it should be. Hall again. 3 big interceptions, 6 big saves. He's coming up on double digits, massive plays for his team. That ball over the top for Thornhill does not chase it down, but they send it out for a corner kick. Poor play from the defense on that one, giving us another shot at something here. At the very least, they could have played it out for a throw. And we're into the final seconds. No reason to time waste. We've been in control all day long. And we finished the game off. No injuries. Total domination. Only the 1 goal, but you'll still take that. Big day for Hall. Thornhill resumes training, and suddenly we're down to just Wilkinson, who is nearly there. Team getting healthy at the right time. Little stretch there, fewer matches. Let's hope we can keep up with this. So we've survived that one, still leading the league. In fact, at the moment, not only is Lanahan Penreese leading the league in goals, 10 goals for the winger. Also second in the league in average rating. McFadden has 4 assists from the fullback position. Player of the match, Lanahan Penreese, has collected a few of those already, but in just 8 matches played. And look at those around us, right? They've all played 9 matches. So we've got a match in hand. And other than Sudbury, everyone else is more than 3 points behind us already. So things are going well in the league at the moment. The only thing, though, that set of teams in the playoff zone, Sudbury is the only one we've played. And they're also the only team that's managed to beat us. So we still have some challenging matches in this first round of league matches against everyone yet to play. We've had a fairly easy draw of things of late. But we're getting healthy, and we were injured through most of that, and the Sudbury one, we were missing a lot of guys. But if we can stay healthy, you'd expect wins to continue coming. Let's get through a couple more matches before we wrap this episode up. Another former man, Ashley Jones, definitely one of the best players that we've had with, 83 goals for us in 4 years before leaving. And it was Brentford who picked him up, but Brentford still has his contract rights. He's played 4 total matches for Brentford, but he is currently on loan at Preston. He's been out on loan 3 times since going to Brentford. But now with championship side Preston, formerly with Wigan, where he scored 8 goals, and with Preston in 5 matches since going on loan. He just left. He's now key guy for them. He's already considered decent Premier League level. For whatever reason, though, Brentford doesn't have the position to give him enough playing time. So they send him on loan late in the window, and now he's tearing up the championship. 3 goals already in just 5 appearances. Good rating, not an amazing rating. So it's still growing into the game a little bit, but he seems to be fitting in pretty quickly. Whether he's playing striker or that left wing or through the middle for them, hard to say without breaking it down a little bit further, but looking good. Now we might be getting healthy, but we are still having a number of these guys in that return to form, return to fitness stage. Thornhill, Redknapp, Wilkinson, all only cleared to play part of a match. Adekunle is fully cleared. To the instant results, Kamara is going to get the start today over Redknapp. Redknapp still on that return. But I do have a couple guys in there. Adekunle, Thornhill getting the start today, so we'll see how they fare. Oh, it's a loss. Oh, man. Possession, 75%. We had a halftime lead. They get the go-ahead goal in the 89th minute. Wow, that is disappointing. That is really disappointing. McFadden, Atkins were both subbed off after having a good game. Mortland was on a yellow. Webb, Redknapp came on. Yikes. How do you lose that one? Yeah, to an extent, we got XG'd, right? Or FM'd. The XG, the possession definitely suggests that we should have been the 2-1 winners, not the other way around. We didn't get dominated. We didn't necessarily dominate either. I mean, 2-1 on XG, 12-11 on shots. It's not total domination and losing. It's not, full definition FM'd, but it's... By the way, if you're new to the series, so getting FM'd for years and years, this game will have the scenario where XG wasn't in the game for a long time, so you wouldn't necessarily see how that would go. You'd play or go on vacation. Final tally, you'd have 20 shots to 2 and you'd lose 1-0. You'd have 28 shots to 5 and lose 2-1. Happens a lot. Now, in real life, it does happen horribly infrequently. In Football Manager, it happens a bit more often. So it's not unique to the game, but it's more common in the game. And for a long time, the FM community has called that being FM'd, right? You've been Football Managered. You've been hit with the dominating performance where you end up losing. This, I wouldn't really call that. I mean, possession-wise, we dominated. And it's not like we trailed, right? Their go-ahead came in the 89th minute. Their tying game came in the final 20 minutes when they were pushing and trying to get an equalizer. So, yes, it came late, but they had almost no possession all game long. We controlled the match. I'm sure that most of their XG came with those 2 goals in that final 20 minutes. So they had nothing up till that point. It's not like we've never seen a team that was losing late, that had been getting dominated all game long, but finally goes on the offensive, come and get goals. That happens. That does happen. So this is not that definition of getting FM'd. but it sucks to have lost that game on the road to Torquay that we clearly controlled throughout. I went on vacation for the following match. Magnar Regis, they were the last place team in the league, but we did have a couple guys on international duty. But it was only a couple, so no match rearrangement, last place team, but on the road, not dominating. 52% possession, 1.64 XG to 1.4. This time, we come out just on the right side of it against a bad team, but we seem to be having a little trouble on the road. At home, we take care of business pretty well, but how the league's looking at the moment, 24 points, 10 played, so we're back to level with everybody else. So that game in hand is gone. The advantage, though, technically still there, and a little bit higher. Sudbury looked like they dropped a couple points. They picked up a draw. So instead of 1 point ahead, we're now 3 points ahead of them, and a slight goal differential of an advantage of +3 over them. Maidenhead, Dover kept pace a little bit better with a few points, and then Gloucester, Dartford fell off a little bit. And Torquay United have jumped, winning both of their couple of matches there, including against us, into that playoff zone. They were 14th. And so that shows just how quick things can change at the moment, with Gosport on 14 points, just 3 points behind Torquay in 7th. Pretty close in the mid-table area. Next up for us is the FA Cup 4th qualifying round. So we're one stage away from being in the full tournament proper, first round. The board expectation is simply to be competitive, so we've already taken care of that. But our next opponent is Lewes. So they're right here in our division, 11th place. But somehow we've drawn at home again, 3rd round in a row. Not going to be an easy one, though. We're definitely going to have to come out with a first-team squad if we want to get beyond this stage and into the tournament proper. Definitely more work to do. We've scored 7 goals in 2 rounds so far, but all from 7 different players. That's pretty cool to see. And our highest average rating is Marvin Primus with an 8.4, but of course he played in that first match that we dominated 6-0, where we just managed to win that second one. Somewhat dominating fashion, but just the 1 goal in it. FA Trophy has yet to start, but that will pick up next month. So we've got a month until the FA Trophy kicks off, where they want us to reach the quarterfinal as a minimum. Performance is already scaled pretty we're nowhere near the quarterfinal of that one. It's going to be quite a while before you would see quarterfinal. That's going to take some wins. That's definitely going to take some wins. With the expectation of promotion by winning the league, that is a lot on our plates. January is going to be the most important, though. More than that, December and January are going to be really important because of what happened last year, with a couple guys getting really ticked off about not wanting to be there, and their performances dropped, and the whole team's performance dropped during that phase when you added in the injuries. We're finally getting healthy, though, so if we could stay healthy into at least December, you would expect that for the next month and a half, we're going to have a lot of wins. Hopefully we can open up a little bit of a gap at the top of the league. We already just came out with a disappointing second loss of the season, a very unnecessary second loss of the season. I'm definitely not going to play every single match along the way. We're going to have to rely on our assistant manager to get the job done, and or the instant results to get the job done from time to time. Not a perfect record with that one. Torquay's certainly a good team. They've only lost 1 game all season. In fact, that's equal with Sudbury for best in the league. They are a good side, but that was a disappointing loss for sure. Overall, though, things are good. Things are good right now, especially on the getting healthy side, so I'm happy with where we're at. That's going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.